Hello, everyone, and welcome to our weekly world session. This week, we're going to do something a little different. I am going to focus on a single individual in the group. His name is VJ. We've got masculine energy today, and I'm using as my surrogate my little Ganesha. So it's like a surrogate upon surrogate. So VJ has asked for clarity. This is really linking into the higher self. So we're going to work with all of the seven subtle bodies. And what is coming up first is that those seven subtle bodies need to match up with the seven different separate diaphragms in the body. So we've got the upper three, we've got the shoulder, respiratory, pelvic floor, knee, ankle, feet. I think that's more than there's one extra one there. I will relate if we take out the knee, we'll just have the seven that basically fit with the seven subtle bodies. There's a piece that's coming up. I think I even said it to VJ, which is the mind. So what we want to do is allow the mind as an integration into the entire body mind. So if you got your whole mind that is everywhere, all over you, and it's also mixing up with other people. So VJ's way over on the other side of the planet, and our minds are interfacing as I do this session. That interfacing can interface with anything. What we want to do is get the interface of the mind to work with the diaphragm, which is kind of an interesting sort of combination, because the diaphragms are coming up as unsynchronized. So if we get the synchronization going through every single diaphragm, so I'm just touching each of them. I'm doing a couple of extra ones. There's a real jaw one. So I'm getting the tongue chakra, throat chakra coming in for that expression of divinity, of what is in VJ's greatest and highest good to express. And where the possibility, because we're constantly interfacing with everything, we can get a miscommunication of what source is trying to tell us. So these are the layers of consciousness. So we have the super consciousness, God, and it goes through the sub of the superconscious, sub of the subconscious, subconscious mind to the mind. Those are a lot of filters. So we can hear God's word. It goes through all those filters, comes to our conscious mind, and we've garbled it. So we're going to work in the sub of the subconscious, where there are mind crystals that can interfere with the clarity in this particular case that VJ is seeking. He has a particular, I'm not looking at this as an expectation. It is a clear, open road of seeking. I'm not seeing, usually we do have, this is rare, right? It's rare that we would look to the future without some form of expectation. What I'm getting from VJ's will center, so you can all tune into your will centers, I am honestly and clearly seeking that divine word, the communication, where I need to go, where I have been, the clarity of where I have been. Let me clear that. And also let me see clearly the direction I'm going in. As I'm doing that, there's like a slice coming through the throat. This is a lifetime where VJ spoke. So that was really strong energy that came up, and then all the animals went crazy too. So you spoke the truth it's an eighth chakra lifetime. So you spoke the truth and you were beheaded. What's fascinating is you're sitting with your family right now, your children and your wife. And the tears were coming from obviously your children, but in that lifetime, your wife was extremely traumatized by. You can see there's a lot of grief. This is linked to loss in this lifetime, loss when someone dies, loss of communication, loss of love, of relatedness. This should really, really clear a lot when it comes to any of your filters in relationship to your seven subtle bodies and the filters that go down through through to the mind crystals. So I need to look at specifically mind crystals. There are mind crystals involved in some egoic connection to death. So this is where there can be some fear, which most of us have, fear of dying, etc. But there's the clarity here of fear of death versus there are worse things than dying, right? Way worse things than dying. There's other people dying. That's worse than your own death. There's death that there's suffering if that could be way worse than death. So all of that is being juxtaposed through the heart center and the heart center and the heart chakra, but also the organ. So we're now just getting this. This is not something I ever experience, is a pain through the ear. So many tears and then this pain. It feels like the tears have gone into the eustachian tube and are blocking up the eustachian tube. And we just want to keep opening up the capacity for the body to release water. It's a little different water through the eyes. So there's a lot going on, throat chakra, but I keep going to the throat chakra through the mouth. As you notice, I'm opening the mouth and I keep going to the center between the posterior and anterior chakras. So I'm going this way. Usually I go this way, out the back, in through the back, out the front. That's my habit. But this time I'm going down this way. And each time I do it, wow, this pain is just getting stronger and stronger. So you could just nod. You're not going to be able to say anything. But do you have any ear infection going on or any blockage in your ear? No. Okay. Could just be from somewhere else. I know there's the eye trouble. I'm trying to figure out how that links up. It could be the tears. It could be that the blockage is the whole eyes, nose, ears, throat connection. As we know in Western medicine, we've got that whole eyes, nose, ears. All I can see is if you nod, you won't be able to speak because it's public here. All right, and now I'm getting a lot of agitation in the throat, like there's a gristliness in the throat, but it's clearing. The pain just disappeared. So when the bird landed on my shoulder, pain was gone, just dissipated. Now I'm having a panic attack. So my hands are vibrating and my face is vibrating and sort of connections between the face and the hands. But the hands are just doing that internally, not externally. I'm not vibrating. So we'll bring up the Kundalini. I'm just trying to see if there's panic also right here. This is where the ventricles would be, and then you're going into middle of thalamus, or sort of the top of the thalamus, and the ventricles. You're bringing in a little bit. So as I focus in on the amygdala, the panic goes down and I'm warming up. So I froze, I panicked, felt panic and froze. And then it's starting to warm up. So we're really just bringing in amygdala, get the the hypothalamus pituitary pineal connection, that pineal pituitary axis going, but also into the thyroid to really help out the engagement. My nose is, obviously I've teared up, but I feel like the nose needs to clear out. So I'm going to run a torsion field through the nasal passages. Then you've also got the tear duct that runs through here, but also all of the blood system, right? So all the vessels. Oh, and right, the olfactory lobe goes up into the amygdala. So all of this connection, ear, I didn't get the right ear as much as the left, but that doesn't always mean anything, just pointing it out. And then we want to clear the throat chakra and balance it with the throat. So, VJ, I'm going to start tapping our surrogate here. And if you like, you can tap yourself. I'm tapping head, heart, and belly. And everyone you can tap. You may feel whatever I've done here is for you. Whatever's not for you will not come in. I'm going to tap your cortices now, VJ, so you can relax. Don't do anything, just breathe so I can tap you. And you don't need to be doing anything. And we're linking it up to your colon. I just got like this feeling in the abdomen as though your body really wants to clear things out. I'm going to work with, so we worked with the diaphragms, but we want to open up the lungs. So you're going to stretch your lungs in all directions. So this is right down to the cell and also into the mitochondria. I want to make sure that mitochondria is being fed with the oxygenation that you require for the requirements of the mitochondria from oxygen, right? So energy, chi comes in through water, sunlight, air, and food, obviously, but the majority is this oxygen, light, and water. We really want to get those optimized to empower your entire light body as well as your physical body to be able to commune through all levels so that you are in touch. Told I'm just going to pause because that energy release is really moving everything. I'm feeling like a discomfort. There's a heaviness in the abdomen. That heaviness is really telling us that your body is ready to dump. Sorry to be on the nose there, but to dump everything that holds you back from whatever is your spiritual inclination, but also what is in the physical world, right? So all of that has to download as above, so below, as within, as without. So you're getting all of that some trash from past lives, whether it's soul or it's eighth chakra, and trash from this lifetime that you might have focused on thinking, hey, that might be holding me back. We got to get that out of the way so you see where you're going, not where you were. Of course, the only thing you need to do with where you were is take responsibility. There's nothing else you need to do with it. Or, maybe there are lessons that you learned that you could use in the future, but I don't see any of that as a problem. Responsibility, you're always going to be experiencing a active or charged up memory that will come to you that you go, hey, there's another one I didn't take responsibility for, going to do it now. And you can do that at any time that you want to. So we're going to program that in as a search and retrieve in your brain so you can look for it. Now, everybody else, VJ seem to, have this down pat, but for the rest of us, we might not be as good at it. So it's a really good one to make sure you're tapping in and considering, am I taking responsibility for the rest of my life, my actions? Am I responsible? Not for other people's actions. We don't take responsibility for other people's actions. We don't take responsibility for other people's feelings, but for our own, absolutely. Absolutely. That's going to free us up. Okay, I'm just searching for what else needs to occur here. I think I do need to kind of give the colon matrix um, a little push using peristalsis, hydration, and the balancing of your salts to your kidneys. And there we go. All right. I was going to do it on myself, but I got my little Ganesha here. And just breathe. Just feel that breath. Feel your diaphragms opening up. So there's cranial, neck, shoulder, respiratory, pelvic floor, and soles of your feet. There are two other ones, knees and ankles. You can focus on those if you want to, but the ones you really need to focus on are those major seven. And we're going to clear the throat chakra. I'm just going to pull some of the tentacles of this garbage that you believe you're supposed to be responsible for, which you are not responsible for, and where you need to take responsibility and you haven't. This can also be past lifetimes that you will not be aware of, but your soul can take responsibility. Spirit can take responsibility for that. I'm not exactly sure what you're intending me to look at when it comes to the soul itself, because eighth chakra is one way to get past lives, but the soul itself, I don't have clarity on it. Am I supposed to have clarity on it? No. Do I need to do anything with that? No. All right. So there we go. Well, I hope you enjoyed it this way. I'm sure you have feeling. I have lots of different kinds of experiences while I do this. So I'm sure you will. And thank you so much. And thank you, VJ, for uh, being our surrogate for today. So we'll see who comes up next week. Thank you and have a great week.